crafty friends. How's everybody doing this Monday evening? I hope you had a blessed, wonderful weekend. I hope you were able to join in the Stencil Soul Sisters group and watch all of those amazing ladies create. And then also Essential Stencil had several ladies on yesterday, several ambassadors to create some beautiful projects. They are just 30-minute lives, so go hop over to those two groups and watch the replays and catch up with everybody and see what awesome things they have created. I welcome you guys to Whimsically Knotted, and if you don't know me, I am Anne. I'm originally from Germany, married a soldier, and here I am creating, inspiring, and trying to teach you a thing or two, and maybe you guys going to teach me something. You always do. You guys are amazing. And I look forward to creating with you tonight. I go live twice a week on Mondays and on Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm located in North Carolina. And I welcome you to the Whimsy Bunch. That's what I call us. I call us the Whimsy Bunch. And we are going to finish these up. That's what I created yesterday. This one was in the Stencil Soul Sisters group. I created this beautiful flamingo using stencils and transfers from Essential Stencil. And then we are also going to finish this one up. This is a piece of wood from Craft Deals. It comes with a little stand that you can sit your piece in, and I was saying that you could add like a little figurine, pebbles, seashells, whatever you know your sign incorporates. You can add that on the bottom right here. You can also set it this way, but I think this way is fun to just add a couple of things. I mean, you can add one of those little airplanes in here. Hey, Miss Becky. So we're gonna finish the other side, and I know on the picture that I posted, it really doesn't show, but I'm hoping you can see the raindrops on here. Let me see if you can see it. And this one I created in the Essential Stencil group. Yeah, you could see the raindrops. That just looks so cool. I'm going to start with the big one first. Again, this is the one I created in the Essential Soul Sisters group, and I'm just going to imagine that this is my middle. So I'm going to lay it down this way, and I have already stained this in dark walnut from Minwax water-based stains. So I am ready to go. I'm going to add a little bit of the, I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add a little bit of the Glorious Gold in here. I'm just going to dry brush it on just to have a little bit of a background. Not much, just a hint. And let me get, I am just going to get one of these small chip brushes. This is a 1/2 inch. Because I don't want much on here. I just want a little bit of gold shimmering through. Nothing major. Really dry. So as you're hopping on, let me know where you are watching from. What is your weather? You see, it just creates just a little bit of a fun background instead of it just being plain brown. And we'll do the same thing to the edges. We'll go around and just add a little bit of fun. And I've already done the sides. Yesterday I told you I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I went and while I had the stain out, I went ahead and stained that. And there we go. Just a little bit of extra. I'm going to go do the inside rim right there. just to create a fun little background with just our chip brush and a little bit of gold paint. And this one is Glorious Gold from Decor. All right, that looks good to me. And now we're going to have to look and see where our top is again. About right there, right? Yep. About right there. Yep. I like to double check like several times. I want to make sure this is good and dry. And there's nothing in the way. We are going to use a transfer out of the 4th of July. I believe this one is sold out, but put yourself on the wait list and let them know. I posted all the links in the comments of everything we're using. And we're going to use this beautiful flag. And I know normally we make a lighter background for these to show up really well. Hey Sherry, my friend. But I wanted it to be a little bit distressed looking. And if you are new to transfers, these are from Essential Stencil. The image, the coloring, it has that hand painted look. They're just amazing. They come in 3 pieces: your backer board, your cover sheet or carrier sheet, and your design. You just peel it apart and don't let it touch anything. So hold it up. If you need to put it back down, make sure you use the shiny side. You can also use this to put your paint on. That's a good paint palette. Touch it where there is no design. So this little edge right here, I can hold it there and I can hold it down here. And then we're just gonna hover and see how we want this on here. And I think I am going to put this right here. And for the lettering, I am going to use Splendid Gold. You guys couldn't see a thing, could you? And I'm going to put Marigold underneath it. Oh, this one is too new. Let me get my other Marigold out. Well, where's my Marigold? There it is. I picked up every one but that color. I push it out with my hand. Sometimes the heat from your hand helps. I use my tool from Essential Stencil. So how is everybody doing? How is your weather where you are at, and where are you located? We are going to have some 90-degree weather. And I know we need to be praying for the folks in, I believe, Kentucky, Nebraska, and I cannot remember the other state. They've been having some bad weather and tornadoes coming through. So we need to keep them in our prayers. Because from what I have not watched the news, so I don't know, but from what I've heard, they've had some bad weather coming through, some bad tornadoes. And hail with the storms. And I think they had another bout today with that. And see, I am just pushing down with my tool and pulling up lightly with my other hand on the carrier sheet. So it will release our stencil. Transfer, not stencil. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to start from this side. I normally start from several different sides and meet in the middle. That to me is the easiest way not to lose any pieces. And when you tug and you feel like right now I feel resistance, so I know that it is not released. So I know I need to rub a little bit more. And I hope Essential Stencil is going to create a bigger tool, about twice the size. So we need one about twice the size for these big stencils. Like when they have the big truck and stuff, or the barns. We need a big tool, Essential Stencil. Let them know. Let them know that you need a bigger tool. Okay, now I'm going to start from the bottom up to get our post here, and I will extend that post with some paint. I will bring it all the way down. And I'd already stained this in the dark walnut. You guys know how to stain. I use a stain sponge from Harbor Freight. I use it about 8 times, 4 on each corner. And you guys know the Minwax you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot. Is it Home Depot? Does Home Depot carry it? Lowe's or Ace Hardware, and I think Menards carries the Minwax. And it's water-based, saying you can get it tinted in different colors. And they last you a long time. But I didn't want you to have to sit here watch me stain that. So I went ahead and stained the board. You guys know how to stain and paint. Now if I do an interesting background or something, you know, of course, I'll do that and let you see. But something basic, you know how to do basic stuff. Appreciate you guys being on here. I will refresh my iPad in a minute to see comments again. That's the bad thing. I cannot see comments. I have to refresh my computer every time. And look at this. You could make this a tray. Look how pretty that is. Even though we used a dark stain, look how beautiful that flag looks. Northern Illinois, yeah, you guys had some bad storms too. I knew there was somebody else that had some bad storms. I am going to use some more of this glorious gold and extend that pole out, and it has a little bit of blue on there, so I might add a little bit of blue as well. And I'm just going to take a regular brush. And we're just going to paint this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is what it looks like so far. We're going to add a little bit of the blue in here. I'm going to use navy blue. Sure I am. I left the gold on my brush. We'll just add a little bit of that blue down in here. And you can paint over your transfer. Get a little bit of white. There's a little bit of white in there as well. So I'm going to add a little bit of white in there and then we'll call it good. Because we're also going to have words on here. So it doesn't have to be exact. I'm just adding a little bit of highlights on here. And now we have added our ladies, I don't see comments. All I see is Becky and Sherry being on, and I apologize. I do not see comments, and I've got my phone turned around. So I'm sorry about that, ladies. I'll dry that real quick. We're going to add our blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and that is Psalm 32:12. Is that the one? Someone look that up and see if that is the right verse. There was one of them that had that needed to be changed. It was a misprint, but I cannot remember if it was this one or if it was a different one. See, I just about messed up. I didn't mark it, so I am not sure if this is the one or not. Is Psalm 33:12? Thank you. I thought it was this one. I have not corrected it on my paper. Because I could just take the 3 and make another 3. That's not a problem. And I don't want to put the Psalms, it's going to go on the very bottom right here. Psalm 33:12. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure I had that right in my mind. I'm going to have to push down right here when I do these two, and at the bottom I could cut this, but I'm not today. I'm going to use Splendid Gold, but I'm going to do Marigold first. Just a light just a light code to get that. And hello, Marilyn. I just saw that you were on. I'm not seeing all the comments, so I apologize, folks. I'm not seeing all the comments. And you guys know, offload, offload. And the only reason why I'm adding this color under here first is so that the gold will show up better. And I don't have to have full coverage. I just needed to cover so that that gold will show up better. And again, on the bottom right here, I will have to hold it really well so that it will not rise up. Wish I could see comments or all comments. Hello, Miss Bonnie, I see you. Yeah, I just don't like when I don't see all the comments. I like to interact with you guys. And part of it will still have the background of the flag on here, and I am okay with that. I'm okay if that flag shines through in the background. And I appreciate you letting me know that that is 3312. I'll have to put a note on there so I remember. But that is an easy fix. Had a little bit too much paint on there. I hope I don't have too big of a bleed, but I think we're okay. I swirl right, I swirl left. I think that is good enough coverage on here to get that gold on. Like I said, we just needed a little bit of a bottom coat so that it will show up better. And I am just going to use the same brush and use the Splendid Gold from Decor. And I just got as much color out of the brush as I could. We're going to add the gold into our brush. And again, I could have cut that stencil. I should have blowed it and dried it a little bit. But I thought I would be okay with it not being cut. I could just hold it down. And I hope this turns out the way I envision it in my mind. You know how it is. You have something in your mind and sometimes it doesn't turn out. And then sometimes you think it's not going to look good and it looks even better than you have imagined. That's what I'm hoping for. That's going to look even better than I have imagined it. And if we need to go a little bit darker with the gold, we can always use the other gold and darken it up a little bit. If there's anything you need from Essential Stencil, don't forget, use an ambassador code. You can use mine, WK21. It will save you 10% at checkout on anything, whether it is on sale, whether it is regular, whether it's brushes, the tools, transfer tools, whatever it is. Trying to get that little spot right there. I am going to dry it and then I'm going to pounce a couple of places. They send you new correct one. Yeah, I think you could get either a credit or they would send you the correct one. Yeah, sometimes things happen. I wanted to pounce over the cross. Pouncing this texture. I have got a little bristle in here. See if I can get that out. There we go. I think that looks good. I am going to give it a second quick coat. It is looking good, guys. I peeked. It's looking good. Just thought the dark brown and the gold was a perfect combination. And the gold on the flagstaff was perfect. So I thought that would look good. and the stars. So I thought that would be a good addition. What do we think? I think that turned out good. And I'm going to let this dry, but trust me, I am going to do the Psalm 33:12 on the bottom right here. I'm just going to have to finagle it in here, so I will do that offline. Here it is one more time. Hope you guys like that. And that is the other side. So, and I will use eye hooks to add a hanger. And I just like the way that looks. It is very simple, but it makes a statement. I like those simple designs that just make a big impact. Sit that there. And now to this little guy, we're gonna add Dixie Belle Vintage Duck. I'll get my little tool and put this back in the lid. There we go. Always put your brushes in a little Ziploc bag or with a wet paper towel, or wrap them in a Clorox wipe. That will keep them pliable, and it will help if you need them again, that they'll stay moist. And it also helps in cleaning them up. I'm just using a regular brush to put this duck egg blue on here. I think that is a beautiful color. Make sure you check in to see what Amanda is creating tonight on the Essential Stencil page. And in case you guys missed the lives yesterday, they had several ambassadors on yesterday for 30-minute creativeness. So hop over there, watch the replays. And you can watch mine either on YouTube, on the Essential Stencil page, or on my page for 30 days. As you know, Facebook takes it away after 30 days. And then on these Stencil Soul Sisters, you can watch the replays on their page as well, because there were some fantastic creators on, and I still have to watch all the replays because I have not had a chance yesterday to watch. So I have some catching up to do. I just love this color. Beautiful, beautiful color. Gonna make sure that it is good and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit to the edges right here. We painted some yesterday already, and we're just going to finish it up. this blue duck egg, vintage duck egg. Blue-green. I think it's a beautiful color. A lot of times I forget to do my edges, so I've been trying to do my edges right away. That way I don't have to go back and do them later. Had to make sure I was putting it back the right way. I know that's what I gotta do. I gotta watch replays. Yeah, when I bought this at the retreat, I didn't have a little one, so I got a big old huge paint. What was it, 16 ounces? Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to use it all up. I'm going to have to paint a lot of things. Here soon we'll be working on the sewing machine drawer that I had thrifted. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to make sure that this is good and dry because we will add a transfer. But look at me go. I'm on project number 2. You guys believe it? Thank you, ladies. If you are new to my page, you can do ! notify and you will be notified. I am using the stencil out of the Wisdom from a Sea Turtle that is sold out. Please, please, please let them know that you want it back if you want that particular stencil. And I'm using, well, floral sea turtles as well. And this one is still available. And then the Blessed is the Nation. That one is low in stock. So if you're interested in that one, make sure that you grab it. I can't remember. I think there was 18 left. And all I'm going to use out of this one, move at your own pace. I'm just going to use the words. I'm not using the turtle. We are going to add this little beauty. Is she not precious? And I just think the colors, and let me sand that, just a quick sand. I just think those colors are perfect. Making sure I got this laying back the right way. And I've imagined her like this, and I got to make sure that I leave enough room on the bottom, because when we sit it in our little groove right here, it takes up that much room. So you can either lay it next to it, and then you kind of know where to put it, or you can actually stick it in and make a little pencil line. And then we can decide, move at your own pace. I'm thinking about putting it in the corner like this to the way she is going instead of doing it straight. I just like that. I think that will be beautiful. So that's where she is going. I just love, love, love the design on her. She is just so gorgeous. And again, I hovered and then I put her down. And I was going to use navy blue for the letters, but as I'm looking at it, we could use marigold. Which color should we use for the letters? Marigold or the navy blue? What do you guys think? Let me put it this way. Either one will work. The turtles are gorgeous. I mean, they are really gorgeous. And the reason I picked the navy blue, because it's in the shell. And I will hold her up here in just a moment so you guys can see how gorgeous she is. And I just wanted to go with a simple background. I could have made a more elaborate background, but I thought this was just simple. Just something quick and easy to get you guys inspired and motivated to try out different colors for backgrounds. I mean, we could even use the gold, but I didn't want to use the gold on her. I'm going to check comments and see. Black? Well, I didn't think about black. Maybe a dark brown? Black would be stunning. I was trying to pick colors out of the turtle. All right, ladies. Yellow, blue, or black? The marigold or the navy or black for the letters? Or should we use a tan color that is in her shell? Like a sand color. And I will hold her up here in a second. So you guys can see. I like when you guys help make decisions. See how easy it is to put these transfers on. Okay, there's our little turtle. So, for the letters up here, let me see, I'm going to hold this up to where you guys can see them. Should we use the yellow or the blue? I've got to look and see, hold it up long enough to see if that shows up in the camera. Or should we do more of a orangey yellow? Both will look good. Ooh, shadow with navy and yellow. I think it'll be a little bit hard because of the small letters in the middle. It's easier to do with bigger words. But you know, it's only paint. If we don't like it, we can sand it off. So let's do the yellow. And if we don't like it, we can sand it off. Well, where did my brush go? Oh, there. I'm going to use one of the small dome brushes. I haven't washed my brushes, so I need to wash brushes. Bad. offloaded a little bit too good. Yeah, I'm afraid to do the small letters with shadowing because I'm afraid that it won't look good because you don't have that much room to work with. But I agree, I think the shadowing would have been really pretty. And the small dome brush also allows me to do just the small things on here and not the whole stencil, because there's dots right next to the letters and it's just helping me to control my brush. I am going back and forth to dab off my brush because I don't want too much paint on here. And we'll go see here in a minute what this looks like. I'll have to do a second coat. And thank you all for hopping on, for sprinkling the whimsy out. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you when you sprinkle it out. And again, if you're new and you would like to be notified, to exclamation mark notify, and it will let you know when I'm live. I'm normally live on Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30 Eastern. Sometimes due to doctor's appointments I might have to change it, or if we are watching Little Bristol and her daddy hadn't come home from work yet. So mom works shifts at the hospital, so she comes home later. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I've got a little bit more time. We're going to dry this and we're going to add some of that glorious gold, which is the darker gold. And we're going to make it a little bit sparkly. using the same brush. And that will also darken up that yellow a little bit. I just think it will look pretty. Have a little sparkle. Our turtle is allowed to have a little sparkle. My granddaughter's got a new puppy. He's, I can't remember how old he is now, but she's had him for a couple of weeks. And everybody got to pick a name. Mama got to pick a name. Daddy got to pick a name. And Bristol got to pick a name. So this little dog's name is Ellie Mae Sparkle. And little Bristol has responsibilities on taking little Ellie Mae out and feeding her. That's a good responsibility to have. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks good. Move at your own pace. And this is what we're going to do. Move at your own pace. We've got some stars and some bubbles. I want to add a couple of those bubbles over here. Make it look like a little turtle has some bubbles coming out. Of the gold. That's cute. You see the little bubbles? And I think I'm going to add 3 of the starfish. I'm going to add one down here, one up here, and then maybe, because this is really blank up here. Just a little embellishment. A little bit of gold. Let's see, 1, 2, I think I'm going to add one right here. And we can add some more bubbles in there if we want to add some more bubbles. you guys think? The color on the board is Dixie Belle Vintage Duck Egg. Should we add some bubbles here and there? Just a couple of bubbles here and there? I think that'd be kind of fun since she is under the water. I am going to use a stylus for that one to add some bubbles, if I can find my stylus in here. Got two different sizes. Feel like I want to sing Under the Sea. Let's switch to the other side. This one makes bigger bubbles. This one makes smaller bubbles. And the more you pounce, the smaller your bubbles will get. I think that is enough bubbles. What you guys think? So you got Stronger Than the Storm with raindrops on one side as a positive message, and then you have Move at Your Own Pace for another beautiful message. Thank you, Bonnie. Of course, Miss Bonnie can do some resin on here and make it really pretty. I'm going to send it to you so you can resin this up, Bonnie. Trying to get the dots dried up so we can put it in our frame. And see, when you use this side, you can put little seashells on the bottom. But does that not look cute? I'm trying for the camera to switch so that I could see what you see. It's got a big delay. I just think that's adorable. You're getting the hang of resin. You are doing amazing job on the resin. It is looking good. I don't think I had the patience for it. Plus, at that time, I wasn't focused enough to do the resin. So we only used 3 colors basically. We used the duck egg blue on here, and we used the dark walnut stain on here, And then we used a transfer on both pieces. And then this one is the Blessed is the Nation stencil, which is almost sold out. And we used the gold, or the marigold first, and then the gold over top. And we've done the same thing with the move at your own pace on the other piece. So we did not use many colors, but look how beautiful these pieces are. And we stained the side just regular brown. So we have a door hanger now that you can put up for patriotic holidays, or you could put it up for the summer. So completely different design. And this is a 14-inch. This will fit really good on a camper door or a interior door, or if you have a small front door like my mother-in-law, she has a small house, she has a small front door. This is the perfect size for her. So I appreciate you guys hopping on for being here today, and thank you for sprinkling the whimsy out. And let's read our To Strengthen Your Soul devotion out of Psalms 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Psalm 118:24. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And the other side says, today is a good day to have a good day. Everything just fell out. But that's okay. There we go. Appreciate you guys. Hop over to Essential Stencil, see what Amanda is making this evening, and you have a blessed and wonderful rest of the week. I will see you all on Thursday evening, 6:30, right back here. Have a good one.